Hello everyone, and welcome to this very unusual but obviously necessary 2020 Westfields Athletics Club presentation. I hope you don't mind if I read from my notes. I mean, usually I'm pretty good at living in front of a live audience, but this one is definitely something, well, a first for me. Under these difficult times of COVID-19 restrictions, it was impossible to hold our usual formal function as we've done in the past. And with the 2021 season about to commence in a couple of weeks, it was necessary to organise this online presentation. Most importantly, we need to recognise the achievements of our athletes and the support of our sponsors, families and friends. I'd like to start by thanking our club executive, Janet Stickler, Brett Matheson, Sharon Dixon, Kyle Alexis, Govan Apoku-Mensah and Nick Telepis. Your input to the running of our club is invaluable. I want to thank Westfield Sports also for their ongoing support. If it wasn't for the assistance of our principal Andrew Rogers and our Director of Sport Joanne Kenny, it would not be possible to provide such a great service as we do to our club members. Also, Athletics New South Wales has been very helpful, particularly Ben, Megan, Matthew and all the staff at Athletics New South Wales, who are always available to assist us with problems and issues which we quite often have. Westfields is very fortunate to have a wonderful collection of dedicated and well-learned coaching staff. Thank you to the committed and unselfish work of Dennis Knowles, Christy Baker, Shane Castlereagh, Leo Delay and Brett Matheson. I would like to pay particular mention to Brett, whose contribution to the running of the athletics program at Westfields is both invaluable and irreplaceable. Also special mention to our own Danny Samuels, whose commitment and dedication to our club over 20 years is unsurpassed. To have the greatest ever female discus thrower as a proud member of our club is something that few clubs can appreciate. Danny is always available to attend our sport and our sport activities, and only ever sort of apologises that she can't attend when she's representing Australia overseas. COVID has taken its toll on New South Wales registered clubs and their ability to provide grants to local clubs such as ours. Generally speaking, about 75% of the New South Wales registered clubs had to put on hold all funding this year. However, there was one club that refused to abandon us. For the 19th year in a row, Club Liverpool, formerly called the John Edmondson VC Memorial Club, has come to the party and continued to support us with their annual donation of $4,000, bringing their total donations over the years to $76,000. To all the board members of the Club Liverpool, please accept the thanks of the entire Westfields family. Also unable to hold our annual trivia night this year, where Sharon Dixon manages to raise almost $5,000, and our shopping tour organised by Janet Stickler, I was extremely concerned and sent out an SOS to our parents. I was hoping to raise some money, hopefully $1,000, and asked parents if they would help out and make donations of $100 towards helping sponsor individual awards. I am very proud to announce that the parents donated over $2,000, and those generous families were the Nadia Harb family, the Alazart family, the Gertz family, the Banovich family, the Hunter family, and a very generous donation of $1,000 from the Casillas family, their company, Casillas Joinery. Continuing their sponsorship this year as well are firstly Steve Wan, owner of the Sports Factory. And I have to say, in this current climate where most organisations order their sporting apparel from overseas suppliers, it is refreshing to note that the Sports Factory continue to supply its clothing as an Australian product, where the majority of their clothing items are produced here in Sydney, employing Australian workers. Steve, you're invaluable to our club, and I know I've known you since I think the early 80s, and what you've done for our club and our school over the years is just incredible. So I would ask and I would urge anyone who's looking at purchasing sporting apparel, don't go overseas. Give Steve Wan a ring at the Sports Factory. David and Karen Suchi each year continue to donate a substantial amount towards the Athletes Awards, and for that we're forever grateful. Last but not least, Rosemary and Wilf Mueller, who set up the Ademar Ferreira Scholarship back in 2003. This marks the 18th year that the scholarship will be awarded. Now, it's difficult to state exactly how much they have contributed over the years, but I'm guessing it's well in excess of $60,000 from this very generous family. We'll hear from Rosemary shortly as she announces this year's winner of the Adamar Ferreira de Silva Trophy, which comes with a $1,000 prize money, and all expenses paid trip for the athlete and coach to the athlete's meet of their choice. Now, a new award called the National Level Award was added this year to recognise those athletes who would have competed at national level, in other words, qualified for the Australian Championships, however were unable to do so with its cancellation. Impressively, we had 21 athletes who were about to compete at the 2020 Nationals when COVID restrictions abruptly cancelled the championships. Life memberships. This year we have a life membership which will be awarded to a special athlete. To get a life membership, the gold pin that I'm wearing here, you have to have represented Westfields for a minimum of 10 years. In 2020, this 10 years of service came from one of our most popular and dedicated athletes. It gives me great pleasure to award life membership to Bailey Woodward. I'm sorry about that, makes me a little bit up. Ooh.